Hey guys, welcome back to my channel at Forever Chosen. I'm here today to talk to you about how my spiritual tests led me to financial freedom and abundance. So this video will just be about my testimony story and how you will get tests before you receive the blessing. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can truly bring all of your manifestations to life by using these 3 principles that I applied to everything, okay? I've been doing it for over a year, and recently I found out that it works very fast because that's how fast I got this job. So I'm gonna talk about that in the next video. I have like a link somewhere so you can access that. But I think that we go through every day in the natural, and we don't realize that God truly has the power to do supernatural things in our life. So in order for you to really harness on that energy, you have to do these things I'm getting ready to talk about in the next video. But first, I want to share with you my spiritual tests. How I was tested before I got blessed. So back in April, I decided to leave one of my jobs because I felt like I wasn't getting enough money. Plain and simple. I felt like I wasn't getting enough money. I just graduated with my master's degree, so I said I'm going to go out and search for more. So this offer fell on my lap from a company that kind of has a bad reputation, but the company was offering me over 6 figures. So I said, absolutely, I'm going to take it because I'm a Capricorn. I like my money, okay? I got the job, and maybe like a week or two into working for the specific company, I started to see why they were constantly in the news for racism, sexism, bigotry. I saw it head on. And it was the fact that the people that I worked with were so comfortable saying those type of things. It wasn't even, it was just like me having a regular conversation with you. That's how common it was for them to just talk crap about each other, about other ethnicity groups, about people, and the way that they spoke, you know, because a lot of people I work with, English wasn't their first language. So they had issues speaking. And I would hear peers and staff talk shit about other people and then turn around and go on a call with these people and kiss their ass. I think what hurt me the most was that my boss participated in this as well. He didn't stand up for anyone. I watched him do it. I watched another associate of mine talk shit about a specific ethnicity group, and my boss just sat there and laughed. And I said, wow, imagine if I wasn't in the room. And it was crazy because this specific person was going to school for ministry. I was like, what? You're going to school for ministry? But even my coworker, he was like, listen, man, not everybody worships God. So you gotta be mindful of that. Even though he's a little wacko, you gotta be mindful. I was like, you know what? You're so right. But that just really disheartened me to the point where I said, I'm going against my morals. I'm going against my integrity by hanging around these people. So I said, I'm not supposed to be here. And that's what I get for chasing dollars. So here I am in this position, and God is like, I have you here for a reason. What are you gonna do? Well, what choice are you gonna make? Although you're making the most money you've ever made in your entire life, at what cost? Because you can clearly see that you're sacrificing your life to be there. In a sense that every time I would go into work, I would leave and go in feeling angry. I pay attention to my spirit and how my spirit reacts around certain people, places, situations, things like that. And every time I went into work, it was just disruptive. I wasn't at peace with being there because of the things that I heard, the things that I saw. I even had someone make comments towards me about my dress. And it's like, oh, I was wearing a little dress. It went right below my knees. And he was like, oh, you know that dress isn't made for chairs. Why are you looking at me? Why are you talking to me? But anyway, it was just things like that that made me very uncomfortable, to the point where I couldn't even sit in rooms with other people because of the comments and things that they made about other people, and they turn around and smile on their face. I was like, I'm not, this is going against me. I know corporate can get like that, but I know that every corporate company isn't like this one. And like I said, this company is constantly in the news for discrimination. I should have known, but I said, you know what? Let me see it for myself. It's definitely true. It's definitely true. I shouldn't laugh. That's not funny, but it's definitely true. The work culture of this company is disgusting, and that just made me even more curious about what this company has been rooted in from the very beginning. Like how this company was brought about, because it's so old. Like, were they slave owners or something? I don't know. But I just knew, I said I had to go. I'm not staying here. I'm not. So once I made the decision, I told God, you know what? I learned my lesson for chasing dollars. I'm not going to sacrifice my soul for money. Although I'm making the most money, whatever, I don't care. I said, I have to get out of here. I'm not staying here. This is going against my entire existence by working with these disgusting people. Once I made that decision, I said specifically, this is where the manifestation comes in. I said, I want to work for this one company and this one company only, because I'm a corporate professional. And throughout the years, I've never had an issue with this one company. All the other companies look up to this one company that I want to work for. So I said, I'm going back, and then that's final. I actually had to leave. I would have stayed, but I had to leave because of COVID, and they were letting go of people. And I didn't think to just automatically go back. But yeah, so I said, I only want to work for this one company, and that's it. I had recruiters hitting me up like, hey, I have a company, was interested in hiring you. I'm like, what company? Nope. If it's not this one company, I'm not accepting your offer. Thanks, but no thanks. And some of those positions paid a lot of good money, and I still said no. I said, I want this one company and nothing else. So eventually, a recruiter came along with an offer for this one company that I wanted to work for. And I said yes. And it was a few dollars less. But I said, at this point, I don't even care. That's how disgusted I was with the company I was working for. I said, I have to go. So I accepted the offer as a contractor. I went on the interview. Everything went well. And the next day, I got the phone call that I was officially hired. The next day after that, I get a phone call from HR. And this is the HR from the one company that I want to work for. Now, this is where things may get a little bit tricky. So I got offered a contractor role to work with a specific company that I want to work for. But here I am on this side, and now I'm on the phone with HR directly for the company that I want to work for. So she calls me and she's like, and usually I don't answer solicited phone calls. If I don't recognize the number, I'm not picking up the phone. I'm not picking up the phone. You gotta leave me a voicemail. So something told me to answer the phone. I answered the phone. She says, hey, is this Maya? I said, yes. She said, hi, this is so-and-so with so-and-so. She says, we're very interested in your resume, and we think you'd be a good fit for this position that we're offering. I said, that's funny, because I just accepted that same position, but as a contractor. So she told me, she said, you know what? I wouldn't want you to miss out on the opportunity with the contractor. Either way, you still have your foot in the door. So I said, well, you know, how's the waiting pool for the full-time job? Like, what's that like? Is the hiring manager, has she narrowed it down to a couple of people? And she said, yeah, she has. Once again, I wouldn't want you to miss out on an opportunity as a contractor. So I said, okay. So I said, you know what? Either way, I have my foot in the door. I still passed this test, and I'm still going to move forward regardless. So I let it be, and I said, you know what, God? If it's for me, it's for me, and I have faith. You know, if it's for me, it's for me. So a couple of days later, I want to say after Memorial Day weekend, I look in my email inbox and I see that I have an interview request for the full-time position with this company. So what happens? I go on the interview. I get called back for a second interview. Everything goes well. And then things get silent. And now I'm starting to panic a little bit. I'm like, okay, I have the contractor people. They're looking at me like, hey, you're expected to start in 2 weeks. But at the same time, I'm waiting on the full-timer to give me that green light. And this is where I had to apply my faith and patience. So I had to just really trust in God that, you know, he knows the needs of my heart. And he knows that I want the full-time position, even though things went silent. Another thing that I had to deal with, when I told my coworker, and this is why I hate telling non-believers my life story about anything that's going on in my life, because they don't believe, you know. It's hard to convince a non-believer about God and his supernatural gifts and abilities, right? And miracles really do happen every day, but it's up to you to harness it, like I said. So when I was talking to my coworker about it, he was like, oh, you might as well go with the contractor because it's no way that you're going to get the full time. He told me this. He said, it's not likely that you're going to get the full time. You know how rare that is? And I said, yeah, I know how rare it is, but I also know my God. And I know that I've been doing these 3 principles that I'm going to talk to you guys about in the next video. And it's been working for me because I've been getting everything that I want. That's the cheat code to life. So I'm going to get this job. But I just let him, you know, I let him talk his shit. Non-believers, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. So maybe like a week or 2 later, I finally got the phone call from the full-timer, and they said, we are going to offer you the position. And on top of me wanting to meet my 6-figure salary goal, they gave me even more money. Well, here I am stressing out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to leave this company because I'm making 6 figures. God was like, nah, if you pass this spiritual test, I'm going to help you make even more money. And when I told my coworker I got the position, he was even more shocked. He was like, how the heck did you do that? Because it really is. It's like finding a needle in a haystack working with a specific company full time. It is, it most definitely is. In this specific business and field that I'm in, it's really hard to get a full-time permanent salary role over 6 figures, especially me as a black woman. I'm not even gonna, a black young woman, I'm not even gonna hold that to you, because I've seen it happen. A lot of people, they look at me and I'm on phone calls and they're like, how the heck did you make it here? That's how they look at me without even saying it. They look at me like, how the heck did you make it here? Because I'm young. And some people will test me and they're like, do you know this? Do you know that? But anyway, that's a whole nother different topic. But yeah, he was really shocked. He was like, how the heck did you get that? I'm a master manifestor. I can confidently say that. I just wanted to share that story because God wanted to see where my heart was at. And that's what he will do before you get blessed. Before you get blessed, you will get tested with a series of lessons. And it's up to you to make the proper decision, the proper choice. And like I said, I want to keep this video short because I have a lot of pointers that I want to make in the next video about how you can truly see all of your manifestations come to life. You have to do all 3 of these things that I'm getting ready to talk about, okay? You have to do all 3 of these things that I'm getting ready to talk about in my next video. All 3, okay? You can't just do one and expect things to happen. You have to do all 3. All 3. So I'm going to tell you now, congratulations. Because when it happens, if you really want to see your entire life shift, you have to do all 3 of these things. If you want to see your manifestations come to reality, you have to do all 3 of these things. And like I said, it will happen fast. The whole process of me getting a job that's over 6 figures, it happened to me in a month, really less than a month. But it's because, number 1, I paid attention to the signs that God was showing me. I paid attention to my spirit. I recognized that this was a spiritual test from God, and I aced that shit. And he said, because you recognize that and because you passed that test, I'm going to bless you even more. And the further you go up, the higher you continue to go, the more tests you'll get. But if you continue to pass, God will bless you even more. Don't trip. So with that being said, I will see you all in the next video, and I'm going to show you how you can truly bring all of your manifestations to life in the next video. Take care. Bye.